Hey, old man, give me everything.
Call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me.
Let the body hit the floor. Let the body hit the floor.
In front, Josh Anderson scores for Caufield. Oh, what a goal! And shoots, score!
Hey, old man, give me everything.
Call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me.
Let the body hit the floor. Let the body hit the floor.
Kovacic in front. Winners coming again. Give and go. Score.
I bet you were waiting for this one. Pretty interesting game tonight. I think that we might be talking about this one for a while. It was a fun game. It was a high-scoring game. There's things to talk about. There's definitely things to talk about. But are they all good things? No, they're not all good things. Mostly bad things. Let's talk about it.
Refs kind of took over the game there, and kudos to them for winning it.
This is, I don't know if it's the most egregious mismanagement of a game I've ever seen for an official in the NHL. But I think what was wrong with this is it was so blatant. I think anyone would accept that this was a mismanaged game and a miscalled game. So I'm not quite sure what's going to be the blowback of this one. Spoilers, Montreal Canadiens lost in a barn burner that was artificially adjusted by the officials. Some really bad calls, some really bad non-calls in the pivotal points of this game. And I don't even think I can complain too much because you have Cole Caufield calling out the referees. You have Brendan Gallagher. You have the announcers on the broadcast essentially risking what I think could be risking their jobs. Craig Button did protest so much. Like this is unprecedented. So let's talk about this game. But first, we probably still have to do La Formation de Depart. It doesn't feel right, but let's do it. Nos attaquants, our forwards. Caufield, Suzuki, Slavkovsky, Anderson, Evans, Gallagher, Newhook, Kapanen, Demidov, Bolduc, Doc's back, Valeno. No défenseur, Matheson, Dobson, Struble, Hudson, Jacques, Carrier, no gardien. Montembeault returns to net. Let's see what kind of night Montembeault is going to have. It's not a good night for Montembeault. It didn't necessarily have to be as bad as it was, but it's a bad night, a very bad night. One last thing, subscribe. If you're not subscribed, I'd love to have you. Like the video. You guys help me out. Like the video. It does things for the YouTube stuff. So we're off. First period, and the boys come out with a lot of energy. The first line is on the attack, and if this would have gotten to Caufield, it would be a 1-0 game already. And hey, wait a second. Actually, you know what? They're checking to see if Suzuki scored on this play. They're checking to see if the puck crossed the line. So it must have almost crossed the line, because why else would the officials be asked to look at this? No, in fact, it is no goal. Suzuki was very interested in whether or not this got past the line, but I think in his heart, he knew that this did not go past the line. It does, however, pass the line a little bit, not all the way. You just got to go all the way. And yeah, I think they're right. The puck does go over the line a little bit, but not all the way. So it remains tied 0-0, but
Jimmy's weight shoots in front for the lane, score!
Alex Newhook is going to change that. Hudson puts it in front here. Newhook puts it away between the legs of Pickard, and Bouchard is going to the box for slashing after the goal. This is the other thing. Edmonton looked like garbage the whole night. They did not have it together. It looked like a team that just came off of, a kegger. Bouchard looked like dump. Nurse also looked like a moron out there. I mean, some of their best guys just looks like they look like trash. This is a McDavid and Draisaitl team. I know Edmonton gets slow starts, and they'll probably turn it around again. I don't know how, but they will. But watching this game, you're like, how is this a playoff team? So Montreal on the power play, they look dangerous, especially Demidov, who is currently on power play 1. That's pretty neat, but they don't score a goal. And Edmonton goes the other way, and they tie it up at 1.
Pass up top, that drive scores off Newhook.
Tomasek, I think this is his first goal. Awful luck here. The puck is deflected off of Newhook's skate right in front of the net. These goals happen. Don't take this one too critically, Montembeault. Although looking back now, if a fluke goal like this didn't happen, it might have been a completely different game. Now we see Carrier with an amazing opportunity, but it goes wide. Great setup here by Gallagher off the turnover. He pressured this turnover, and he set up this play. Yeah, that would have been amazing for Carrier. So that's the first period. That's all I'm going to talk about in the first period. I'm going to go through this fairly quickly. It's also extremely late at night. So it's a 1-1 game. Bad break for the Habs with that one goal because they really played amazing here, and they're probably going to pour it on in the second, and they certainly do. The second period starts. Caufield looks like a man on mission, but he can't finish the end of the story here. And that's a little foreshadowing as well. I thought this was kind of neat. If you've ever wondered whether or not Anderson is faster than McDavid, well, Anderson's a little tired here, but I mean, McDavid looks really quick. Anderson's quite a speedster, and he's tall. You figure if you're a speedster and you're that tall, you're a strong skater, maybe you could beat McDavid, but I don't know. I don't know if he's beaten McDavid in a foot race. And after starting the game 1-0 up on the Oilers are going to take the lead for the first time in the game on this Adam Henrique goal.
Wanted it, but he let it go as the Oilers are getting some fresh legs out. Shot, score!
Again, a deflected shot in front of Montembeault. Henrique should have been tied up here, but Montembeault was also positioned for this puck. He had plenty of time to adjust for this. I don't know. I think this is one that Montembeault should have gotten. You guys tell me. And the bleeding doesn't stop there because Mangiapane is going to make it 3-1 for Edmonton.
Connor McDavid waiting back to it again, just missing turnover.
And this is just a defensive lapse. Bad coverage all around. Doc was not hard on his guy. Montembeault had very little time to react. But again, another 3-goal game for Montembeault. That's not going to look good on his stat sheet. And like I said, it gets worse. Now a stretch pass to Evans. This would have quieted the arena, but Evans isn't able to make it go. So we're in the second period. There's only 3 minutes left. The Habs are down 3-1. It looks like they're going into the third period, back by a few.
Many players, big Jays fans on the team. Evans steals, Gallagher in front. Josh Anderson, score!
That's when Anderson scores. I stand corrected. After a big battle, the Habs get one back. Anderson finally getting the goal that he needed. Feel good for Anderson. I mean, he's had lots of opportunities. It's his finishing. That's the problem. That's why Junkie calls him Stone Henderson. Like he doesn't have the soft hands, brother. So instead of going to the third period down by 2, I guess they're going to go down by 1.
Near point, slings it across, backdoor, Kondo, oh, what a goal!
Okay, I guess we're going to the third period tied. Wow, Caufield puts it away here. Beautiful feed from Dobson. You can't ask for more. This is beautiful. Let's go to the third period.
Caufield delays and shoots, score!
Disregard. We're going to the third period 4-3, ahead by 1. Caufield goal here, pure goal. This is Caufield's bread and butter. Should happen more often, in my personal opinion. But now, certainly, we're going to the third period. Montreal is up 4-3. Edmonton starting the third period on a power play, however, so we'll see how Montreal does with that. The third period starts, and the power play was killed off. Again, Edmonton looking completely outclassed here. Like I said, it looks like they went out for drinks last night. A rough-looking bunch that just do not deserve to win. Montreal is leading them in shots, leading them in chances, and now they're going to be leading them 5-3.
Dumps it in, Kapanen dishes in front, score! Newhook!
At this point, they look like the Edmonton Oilers look like they've completely given up. It's like Montreal is playing a team that was like relegated to the AHL. It's insane. And here's the turning point. Slavkovsky goes into the corner here. It looks like he may have gotten inadvertently high sticked because the ref's arm is up. But no, it looks like Montreal is being penalized here. Everyone is completely confused. The Montreal fans in attendance at the Oilers arena are booing.
Marty St. Louis should be beside himself.
And it's very loud and audible on the broadcast. St. Louis is losing his mind, and they're calling this boarding. You got to be kidding me. What is going on? And this is the tip of the iceberg, because after that, they killed the penalty, by the way. Oilers still looking like trash. McDavid embellishes a touch to his leg. Edmonton is now going on the power play once again. Craig Button at this point is starting to sink into a pit of despair. He's losing his mind that the officials are miscalling this game. And if he wasn't an individual who is supposed to be doing his job, and when you're playing for when you're doing this for a market, you want to cheer for the team, but you don't want to start throwing out strong opinions that might not be completely objective. And that's what Craig Button does a lot, and he does get a lot of grief for it. I kind of like it personally, but I can see why some wouldn't. So I understand and I agree that he shouldn't be doing that. So, of course, on that power play, the Edmonton Oilers strike. Draisaitl, Tomasek puts it in front. Draisaitl is up there. He's not being looked at. So, of course, that's going to be a goal. That's going to be a goal. Now we see Gallagher arguing with an official. It looks like he's probably arguing because Anderson is going to the box here. No one knows why. And I'm going to have to guess that Anderson likely told an official they need to take the rest of the night off because they look like they might be having some sort of an episode or like a neurosis moment. So now with Anderson put in the box because the referee has thin skin, Edmonton strikes again, tying this up. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins makes it 5-5. Absolutely sickening that the outcome of this game might be decided by an official that just has really thin skin. This league is in sad shape if that's what we're dealing with. Time is winding down. It's getting really close to the end of the game. We're probably going to overtime, but now with the Oilers having all the momentum, Podkolzin makes this 6-5, and it's like in the last minute of the game. All this fabricated momentum that the Oilers captured by the skin of the officials' teat, they're going to pull ahead. Montreal tries to come back, but there's nothing doing. This is one of those dumpster games. You put this in the trash and say, hey, maybe we'll get a better shakeout tomorrow. The thing that I worry about sometimes is Montreal does make a big stink about these bad officiated games. And the Montreal fan base has the reputation of agreeing with those opinions that the officials have poorly managed the game. And I am from the opinion that we need to come out with some sort of a system to hold the officials in a higher standard. Then at the end of the game, if you have any gripes, we can look at the report saying, hey, yeah, you're validated. The league looked at the calls. Yeah, some of those calls were poor. We'll try to do better. The individuals that called the game poorly will get training. They'll get talked about the poor calls. That's a pipe dream. That'll never happen. In fact, I think that they've talked about kind of official reporting, and the league does not want to do that, which seems very sketchy. But it is what it is. This is the league that we got to work with, and they're a monopoly, and there's no way that you're ever gonna knock the crown off the NHL. So that's my 2 cents. That probably makes me unelectable, huh? Anyway, that's going to do it. Hope you enjoyed the video or enjoyed my take on it. I might feel differently tomorrow. I came in pretty hot because these things happen. They happen all the time. If you want to act, Craig Button, if you want to act like this is the first time you ever watched an NHL hockey game and seen something like this, maybe not as bad as this, but it happens all the time, man. Anyway, you guys know what to do. Like the video. It helps me out with search results or whatever. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I'd love to have you. And as always, I will see you down in the comments.